Hello, my name is Louis Marandola, and this is my course project, Coral Cover in Western Hawaii. The research question that I try to answer in this project is as follows. Is the mean coral cover in Western Hawaii in 2011 less than or equal to the coral cover in Western Hawaii in 2007? If we want to look at it in terms of symbols, we will look at the null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. The null hypothesis is an opposing statement to the proposed research question, and the alternative hypothesis is a direct statement drawn from the research question. My null hypothesis would then be the mean coral cover in Western Hawaii in 2011 is more than or equal to the coral cover in Western Hawaii in 2007. And my alternative hypothesis would be the mean coral cover in Western Hawaii in 2011 is less than the coral cover in Western Hawaii in 2007. If we write them symbolically, it would look like this. The data source I used was a report titled Long-Term Monitoring of Coral Reefs of the Main Hawaiian Islands. It provided useful data on coral cover in both the years 2007 and 2011. They collected this data by conducting surveys originally performed in 1999 and 2003. However, the digital videos from 1999 were too low resolution and much of the data needed was undetectable, and unfortunately, this made that data unusable. For the subsequent years, they used a plexiglass spacer rod attached to the underwater housing of the camera as a guide to keep it steady at a fixed height. After that, they analyzed the data with a program called Coral Point Count with Excel extensions, and then performed the necessary calculations to get the data they needed. Here is the statistics that I calculated and the graphs as well. As you can see, for both 2007 and 2011, the sample sizes were 25. The mean, the standard deviation, and all of the quartiles, except for the maximum, were greater in 2007 than in 2011. The confidence interval I chose was 95%. I chose this confidence interval because I believe that due to global warming heating up the ocean, this causes coral bleaching, which is occurring at an unprecedented rate. Coral bleaching is the main killer of coral reefs all over the world, and that means that as more reefs die, there is less coral cover, and with the progression of time, this can be the only truth. After conducting my hypothesis test, the results are as followed. I came to a significance level of 0.05, which correlates with the previous slide of 95%. The test statistic came out to be 1.43, and the p-value 0.05. In this report, we looked at the difference in coral cover in Western Hawaii between the years 2007 and 2011. What we learned was that as the years progressed, the coral cover was inevitably shrinking. One can assume that this decline in coral cover was influenced by various stressors including ocean acidification, pollution, disease, and climate change. I believe monitoring coral cover to be an important facet of coral conservation because we can use this data and implement the proper measures to mitigate the impacts of human activity and preserve these vital habitats for future generations. Thank you for listening.